There is a quiet, specific grief in getting exactly what you want. Months of grinding, sleepless nights, the singular burning delusion that arrival equals peace. Then you arrive. You take the crown. You build the empire. The dopamine spikes and vanishes. Silence rushes in. You stand at the summit, staring into the terrifying void of your own success, haunted by three words. Is this it? Ambition is our modern religion. We worship the climb, but unexamined ambition is a mirage, a horizon that recedes the closer you step. Consider the architect of America's financial dawn, a bastard orphan who wrote his way out of hell and built a nation from the ground up. By any metric, a titan. Yet his tragedy wasn't the bullet that ended his life. His tragedy was a spirit forever starving, a mind gripped by the paranoid terror of a ticking clock, never satisfied. He could not inhabit the world he built because his eyes were fixed violently on the next conquest. He lived his entire life in the tomorrow that never came. How often do we mirror that madness, sacrificing rest, peace, and blood on the altar of the next milestone, convinced the next achievement will finally make us whole? Arthur Schopenhauer saw human existence as a pendulum, swinging endlessly between two poles, suffering and boredom. When we lack, we suffer. That pain births ambition. It drives the pickaxe into the stone. It fuels the fire. But the curse of the human condition is the moment of acquisition. The second the diamond is mined, the desire dies. The suffering of wanting is instantly replaced by the agonizing boredom of having. To escape this emptiness, we invent new burdens. We build a taller tower. We chase a heavier crown. We are addicted to the exhaustion of the climb because we are terrified of the silence at the summit. But must we abandon ambition? Surrender to apathy? No. To build, to reach, to mold the earth, that is the poetry of being human. The poison is not the goal. The poison is anchoring your soul to its completion. There is a voice in the chaos, often drowned out by the roar of progress, begging the builder to stop, to simply look around, to realize the sheer mathematical miracle of being alive right now, to understand that breathing, resting, simply existing alongside those you love would be enough. But the cursed mind refuses to see it. It stares past the garden, blind to the flowers, searching for a war. Salvation lies in severing your joy from the final product. If you play solely to stand in a finished castle, you sentence yourself to 100 hours of misery, rewarded by 10 seconds of hollow victory. But if you can fall in love with the quiet, rhythmic poetry of placing the blocks, if the work itself becomes your sanctuary, the outcome loses its power. You do not need to forge a nation. You do not need to write 51 essays to justify your oxygen. You're allowed to harbor fierce ambitions, but you must forgive yourself when you discover they cannot save you. The true tragedy of ambition is not that you might fail to reach the summit. The tragedy is that you might actually reach it. You will stand in the center of the empire you bled to build. Look around at everything you conquered and realize you traded your only life to construct a magnificent, empty tomb.